When Vibe 105 reps, the whole city takes notice. We Reppin' is a northern salute to the top talents coming out the city and across Canada. If you're reppin', we're reppin'.
Toronto's best urban music, Vibe 105. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, NoBetterNina, and I have another guest with me here in the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kandy K.
What up? What up? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah, no problem. We actually had to reschedule this interview.
We did.
There's a story behind it.
There is.
You want to let them know?
So I was supposed to have the radio interview yesterday.
Yes.
And I was getting ready. I was already feeling under the weather. I wasn't feeling good. It was raining. My joints were hurting. And just as I'm cleaning my studs to put them in, they literally just fall down the drain in the sink.
Yeah.
Like that was like the final touch of before I leave the house. I literally was like, I'm on my way, and my earring falls down the drain. So I had a decision, and it sounds petty, but like when you're dealing with a diamond earring falling down the drain.
And it was already a bad day leading up to it. It was just one of those things that it was like the last straw.
I was like, do I call the plumber and see if I can like try to make it to the interview, or do I just call the plumber, get the earring, and then maybe reschedule the interview? So I was able to reschedule. So I was like, all right, perfect. So I got the diamond earring because it thankfully like the sink, the tube goes down like into a U.
Oh, so it stopped right there.
Yeah. So the moment things fall down, you can get it right away.
Yeah.
But the moment you turn the water on,
then you're screwed. You're
screwed.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me get the plumber ASAP, because if I go to the interview and come back, the earring might be gone in case someone or myself comes back and turns on the water.
Yeah.
So
No,
I got the earring and now I'm here.
Exactly. So it worked out.
Yes.
So originally you did go by the name Kandy Kisses.
Yes.
Why the name change?
I'm getting older. People really I don't think they realize how old I am. Not super old, but I'm up there. I'm in my late 20s. So I felt like cutting the kisses would appeal to a more mature crowd, especially men. Like I don't feel like men really want to say, "Oh, I'm listening to Kandy Kisses." Like, versus Kandy K. Like my real name, goes. Like I go by K. Like, that's my real name. So it just kind of intertwines the candy and the K and still the kisses, right?
Yeah.
So just maturing.
Sure. Yeah. No, makes sense. And so there's usually a backstory behind people finding out their hidden talents. So when did you realize you could rap? Because you also sing too. So which came first?
The singing came first. I had a school project. I think it was in the 6th grade, and I had to present a type of poetry to my class.
Okay.
My group chose songwriting, in which we all challenged one another to sing.
Okay.
Sing the lyrics we came up with.
Yeah.
From that moment, we all found out that all of us could sing. So it was me and like 2 or 3 other girls.
Wow.
My best friend was in the group as well, and we just started recording on cassette tapes for fun, because I was like, I can sing? What do you mean? Like, because I can't really hear myself, right?
Yeah.
So she was like telling me ways like, oh, you can call someone and tell them not to answer the phone. You leave a message and it says, do you want to keep this message, delete this message, or replay the message?
Okay.
So she's like, you just keep pressing replay
or
redo, and then you keep hearing yourself over and over again. And if you want to send it, you send it. If you don't, you don't. I accidentally sent it to my father back in the day. And he was like, was that you? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, well, whoever that was could like really sing. Like, who was it? I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, okay. And then he asked me in person. I'm like, yeah, it was me. He goes, why didn't you tell me you could sing? I'm like, I didn't know I could sing. So it started from that moment forward. I just started really having a passion for it. And I wanted to get better at songwriting itself.
Yeah.
And so from the cassettes to just practicing, I also grew up with a lot of male friends who could rap.
Yeah.
So me singing, them rapping, it was a collab was eventually bound to happen. And then from there, I just had an interest in what they do. I was like, I want to learn how to do that. Yeah. Like that was like, I think right before Nicki came out, or around the time that she was coming out. And I just had like a big interest in it. Like Little Kim, like no one's really doing it. I want to learn how to do it. So one of my friends was like trying to teach me how to rap. He's like, let me see what you could do. And I was like, so I tried to write something, and then he was just teaching me how to formulate the bars. And from there, I just started, like I said, I hung around a lot of guys. So from there, they just kind of started teaching me how to write bars, how to write, metaphors, similes, and intertwine the poetry, and just kind of record, really.
Yeah. And then it all kind of fell into place.
Yeah, saved up for my own mic when I was 14, and
Wow.
Yeah. My first mixtape at 16.
Yeah, determined.
Yes,
That's good. That's definitely a good thing to have. And so you were speaking about Nicki Minaj and Lil' Kim. So on this journey of discovering rapping as your talent, who would you say really inspired you?
See, I don't have like one influence. I think it's just music itself. Like when I hear a good song, it inspires me and influences me. I would say Lil' Kim, just her raunchiness and hardness was definitely influenced me, as well as Left Eye. I used to love Left Eye.
Yeah.
And, you know, the whole TLC and Foxy Brown, Missy Elliott. Her creativity is still out of this world and untoppable.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so social media obviously played a huge role in kind of getting you to where you're at today. So tell me, what was the post that started it all for you?
The post that started it all, I wouldn't even say that there was a post, to be honest. I feel like I had a low following. Like I think I maybe had like 4,000 followers in 2014, 2015, 2014. My page was private. And I remember when I was signed, I was around celebrities and people of a higher caliber, and they would tell me, why is your page on private? You're in the limelight, like you need to have your page open so people can see. And I was like, well, I have so many fake accounts, like you can't worry about that. Like that's the least of your worries when you blow up. Like the fake accounts are gonna happen whether your page is private or public. People will find a way. So I made my page open, like public, and I think within like 6 to 8 months, my followers like skyrocketed to like 15,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So having a public versus private page definitely does make a difference.
Yeah.
And then when I was touring too, performing, and just being around people, and I don't like to take pictures with celebrities because I don't like to look like that girl. You know?
Yeah. Like a little groupie or something.
Yes, and I'm not. So it's just like, I just try to just take pictures about music, whether it's an interview, a show, my style, conversations,
or an experience.
An experience, yeah. So that's just what people gravitate towards, and then my followers went up.
Yeah, no, that's definitely, it's amazing because, you eventually ended up signing with Flo Rida and touring with him for 2 years, right?
Right, and people obviously were like, oh, she's one of the first females in Toronto to sign to like a pop artist. Yeah. Or I wouldn't say one of the first females, but I'm definitely one of the very few that have signed to a male artist outside of Canada as well.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, for sure. And so a lot of girls in the music industry at one point or another end up getting into fashion. And seeing as you're already pretty into it, how do you feel like your style speaks to who you are as an artist?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm glad you're asking me that. So before, I felt like my style was very urban, simple, plain, and I didn't really put too much creativity into it. More just like specific items that I thought were creative or different, I would wear them. Whereas now I'm taking my style to another level. I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm working on perfecting my image before me and by me. So like I'm not getting like everything that's coming out next year for my music and my style is going to be 100% me. That's my goal, and I'm going to definitely make a shift in things, and you're going to see maturity and growth. And like I said, I want to dip more into like the fashion world. So I'm taking my style to another level, and it's just going to be more grown and sexy. That's just where the influence comes from, like as of this fall going into next year. So.
No, for sure. And so what would you say right now is your favorite place to shop?
I can't be giving away all my plugs like that. Damn.
Okay, name one.
Oh man. So once again, it's not like I have a favorite place to shop. Like I don't have a favorite anything. Like everything comes with in moderation. If I see like an item I like, or like it's tracksuit season, like tracksuits, I'm gonna go on Fashion Nova because they just have like
cheap, a bunch,
cheap tracksuits that are comfortable. That's all I need. Or Adidas. If it's something like an award show or a party that is gonna be like a big deal, I need to like stand out. Then I look for specific items. Like I don't just find a whole outfit from one place. But yeah, I'm not gonna give away my plugs. I'm just gonna say what every artist and Instagram icon says. Fashion Nova. Even though they're
That's what I say.
Even though they're not paying me for that.
All right, so with fashion obviously being something unique but common amongst girls in the music industry, expressing themselves with aside from music, what do you think the most unique thing is that a girl in the rap game can bring to the table?
I think that the most unique thing that a female can bring to the rap game in Toronto?
In Toronto or just in general even?
In general,
yeah.
I feel like it might sound so basic, but not showing skin.
No, that's true.
Because if you're able to make it by not showing skin, that reveals that your talent is everything.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And that's kind of where I'm trying to go with it. Like I'm getting older and I don't want to conduct myself the way that everyone else is conducting themselves. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that's not where I want to go with it. Like I would like to attract certain people. I would like to attract certain things. And I personally don't believe for my like where I see myself that I'm gonna get those things by doing that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make me comfortable by being naked to the public. Like I'm comfortable behind closed doors with whoever it is that I'm with, but to the public, it's not like a comfortable thing for me. I take nudity very
seriously.
Yeah. Not serious. Like it is seriously, but
like more of a
I'm more
private
fragile,
thing. Yeah,
private
like
with
private
it.
parts are private for a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So once again, I don't knock it.
Yeah,
but
no, for
sex
sure.
sells.
Yeah,
that's a fact. But I feel like if a female could bring that edge and style and class to the rap game, no matter where you are, and you can make it, then that
you're really talented.
Yeah, because from the history of rap for female artists, it's always been about nudity. Unless you're once again Missy Elliott or the very few, Queen Latifah, like the very, very, very few. And I feel like we need to bring that back.
No, you're right. Because even today, if we look at Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, like
Little Kim still, Iggy Azalea, all of them.
Yeah, it's all the same thing. No, that's true. That's
and I've tried it too. You know, like I've tried it a once or two. You know, a 1-2 time. But it's just it's getting a little oversaturated.
Yeah.
And that goes with a lot of things with the rap game for females. Not just the way they're dressing, not just the skin they're showing, but the things they're talking about.
Like sex all the time.
All the time. Like how many times can I brag about a broke
like
man
your whole sex life is just
not getting any play from me? Like how many times can I brag about that? So
no, that's a good answer. I like that. Because I didn't even think about that until you said it just now. And I was like, oh, she's right. She has a point. So reading up on your backstory, you kind of aim to use your voice to motivate young girls and women. So what are you doing outside of music to kind of put that into play?
Currently, I'm making a shift with, like I said, everything that I'm doing. So with the music that I'm going to put out, I would like to shift what I talk about, my contents, my lyrics, my style, and like there's so many things I want to talk about, but I can't because I don't want to ruin it for next year.
Okay.
But I would say that it's not one specific thing. It's my project that's coming out, and it's like the new version of myself for next year that'll influence females. It'll give them more of a reason to look up to me versus maybe like younger girls' parents like, I don't know if we should listen to what she's talking about in her music. You know, I do swear a lot in my music as well. I'm trying to calm down on that. So I'm getting, like I said, I'm getting older, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you can embrace age, and I am, but I'm just doing it in a classier way. You're just being more
aware.
Aware and in a classier way. So I feel like with the way that I'm conducting myself for my project for next year and for music next year, I feel like younger females will be able to gravitate more towards that. And I definitely want to tell more than one of my stories next year, open up towards with my fans and younger girls, and maybe do more public speaking and a bit of acting, and we'll see.
All right, definitely stuff to look forward to.
Absolutely.
Coming from you next year, and we'll get into a little bit more of that a little bit later. But what's the best advice that you got when you came into the industry?
When I came into the industry, for some reason, not too much is coming to mind, because to be honest with you, I didn't really get too much advice. I remember OT Genesis. I met him at this pool party, and it sticks with me because he's a celebrity, right? So like, if a celebrity can come and say something to you, especially a man giving you advice, that can hit home. And he said to me, "You are a beautiful woman. Do not let these men take advantage of you. Focus on your goals. Get your money. get popping, and then worry about the men.
Yeah.
Do not try to have a boyfriend right now. Do not get sidetracked by these dudes because that's all they want to do. Mm-hmm. So he just told me, like, do not give in to anything that they're feeding you mentally. Do not give in to, like, the favors.
Yeah.
You know, and just get your money, be talented, and that's it, and get out.
Yeah.
So that, coming from someone of his caliber, especially a man saying that to a female, that's rare. Most men don't really care.
It's going to sit with you. Yeah.
Exactly. So that was a good piece of advice.
And so if you had to give a young girl coming into the game advice today, what would you say to them?
I would definitely tell them to have a strong male around them, someone they trust. I feel like all women need that backbone, and it's hard as a female to be your own backbone in the music industry or entertainment industry. And you can be level-headed, you can be very strong, but I feel like it's so important to have a male backing you, like, or beside you, whether it's your manager, whether it's your boyfriend, someone that can step up when you can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I would definitely say that, and I would definitely tell them not to settle. Yeah. If you feel like a show's not paying you enough, don't settle. Mm-hmm. If you feel like you deserve more when it comes to a gig or respect, don't settle. Mm-hmm. Well, it's okay to walk away from things that don't serve purpose. You know what I mean? So.
No, for sure. And that's definitely some great advice. So I have to ask you this, because while I was doing my research, I came across something very interesting. Because it's not every day I get an artist in the studio who is on a reality TV show.
Oh, no.
So you were actually on the Lifetime TV show, Little Women Atlanta. I have to know, how the heck did that even come about?
Okay. Well, shout out to my girl, Coco Kiss, because she's the one that lined it up. So I have a friend in Atlanta. Her name's Coco. Okay. Coco Kiss. She's a rapper, and I believe like a TV series hit her up asking her like if she knew any female artists in Atlanta or that were working in the Atlanta industry, and if they wanted to be on the show. So she automatically thought of me, and because I'm back and forth from Atlanta every now and then, but obviously I'm from Toronto, and they ended up reaching out to me. We did a couple auditions through Skype. They asked me my background, who I knew in Atlanta, my connections, where else I've traveled, et cetera, my history with my shows, where I performed, and long story short, they chose me to be on the show, to make an appearance. In that, everything was. I mean, I wouldn't say scripted. Yeah. Because they just kind of say, okay, this location, this time, here's a scenario, you guys just went for lunch, go. Yeah. Talk about anything. Okay. They just kind of give you a scenario, like you guys went for lunch and now talk about possible gigs you can get someone or get the twins or whatever the case may be. But nothing was really scripted per se. Like there was no actual script. Okay. So what happened in the end, because I know you're referring to that.
And that's what I was gonna ask you next, because I was gonna say, like, in the clip that I saw, there was a little bit of drama, but
that was
I wanted
real.
to know. Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
And they cut a lot of scenes out. Yeah. So, like, I remember a couple people messaging me and, like, that doesn't make sense what she said and blah, blah, blah. And it's really difficult because you don't know what producers are going to put out about you.
And how they're going to make it look.
Yeah, and how it's going to be received. So, thankfully, I did not get a lot of backlash. I got way more love than I got backlash. And, yeah, it was a real thing. Yeah. It was a real thing.
Because I was going to say, myself watching it, because all it took was a little Google search of your name, and then I seen this Little Woman Atlanta, and I'm like, what? Yeah. I'm like, is this her? So then I watch it, and I'm like, oh, okay. But even watching it myself, like, like, coming from your end, none of what you did seemed intentional at all. Like, it wasn't, and I think it was taken a little too far from their part. You know what I mean? Like, it was a little extra. But
I'm really big on, like, if I am ever ignorant, unconsciously ignorant, I want to know so I can correct it. And that was my thing. Like, whoa, like, I'm not trying to be offensive at all. Like, I didn't know that term even coincided with, like, how people describe you. I would never be in a studio with you guys or, like, even want to work with you guys or categorize you guys if I thought it was offensive. Like, that's my own,
the term she's talking about is munchkin, because that's what caused the whole drama.
Sorry. This is what everybody commented on my page. We're on Instagram Live while we're at it. So.
Oh, okay.
But Yeah, it was real. One of the twins actually was really pissed off. She blocked me on Instagram in real life. But I apologized to them. You know, like, I'm on their show. I would never come on anyone's show
and disrespect
and purposely disrespect them. That's never my intention. I apologized a million times, and I was not about to go on camera and have anybody in my face and bring me out of character. You know what I mean? Because I don't do things for camera per se. Like, if I'm genuine about something and I'm genuinely sorry, I will genuinely apologize on and off camera. But if I'm going to fight you off camera, I will fight you on camera, and I don't want to conduct myself like that.
But even you saying that, like, even in the actual clip, like, you asked to talk to them outside off of the camera because you wanted to have a genuine conversation. So
and I apologized on camera as well, right?
So that just goes to show,
exactly.
Like, no, for sure. And I definitely get those genuine vibes from you, anyways. Meeting you off the rip. So
thank you.
So you released your first solo EP, Push, last year, which stands for Pray Until Something Happens.
Okay.
Yes. But you're also working on your second EP right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how is this one going to be different from the first?
So that EP was just kind of a combination of every style of rap I could do, between storytelling and being very lyrical, bringing it back to the New York, like raw, edgy, just authentic rap and storytelling, all the way to like combining the singing rap and lovey-dovey songs, all the way to the club bangers and songs that can make you feel something, like you're just head bobbing. So that EP was a good combination to see where I stand, what my fans like, and to see my own growth. That was my best project to the point that I put it out. Once I put it out, I've made a lot of connections. I've worked with a lot of different co-writers, producers. I have my producer Yanni, my engineer in LA, Gary, and they've really helped to put me with co-writers and other artists and producers that have brought something unique out of me that's slowly coming out through my new music. But for next year, I would like to really switch everything and create a mood. So that EP, Pray Until Something Happened, was more just like a good combination of everything I can do. And for next year, it's gonna be like a whole new sound, more of a mood, maturity, growth, and more of just a vibe. Not so much lyrical, not so much bars and storytelling, but more just a vibe, because that's where I am as a person. I feel like I just want to create moods for people. Like a feeling. You know what I mean? So
no, for sure.
And I'm not angry anymore. I used to be angry. So
that's good. I'm glad you're not angry.
I'm very peaceful
anymore.
now.
I'm glad. So do we know how long it's going to be? How many tracks are going to be on the second EP yet? Or
I'm probably going to go for 6 to 8.
Okay.
Probably around the same amount. I got a lot of support when I put that EP out. I was really surprised. I get more support from the EPs than I do the singles, which is crazy. I feel like EP gives people so much more of an option to choose which songs they like. More. Maybe that's why.
And it kind of gives more of a sense of who you are as an artist versus just a single.
Right. So that's what I want to, that's my aim for next year, is like combining my new image with the music, creating a vibe, and having fans know me for me versus like a persona that I'm being told to put out or unsure about, right?
No, for sure.
I want to be more authentic with my viewers and my fans. So.
And so do we have a title for this one
Nope.
yet? No?
Nope.
And do we have a potential release month or anything like that?
I want to aim for the first quarter, so within the first 3 months of next year. But we'll see. I don't like rushing things. That's why I usually don't put dates on anything. But we do have a single coming out next month.
Perfect, because I was going to ask you. Anything you have coming up next? Other performances, singles?
So currently I'm not working on any shows right now. I'm working on content, as well as, aside from the music, other things, investments and stuff like that. But I do have a single dropping November 12th. It's called I Got. It was produced by my LA team, Yanni, Duke, my engineer Gary, and my co-writers, or writers I should say, Derek Milano, as well as Saya. So it's going to be crazy. The video's already done. We shot the video over here. And it's just It's a little different, a little vibe, but I think people will like it.
Yeah,
Club
no,
banger
for
too.
sure.
So.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
And so where can we find your music and find you on social media?
Kandy K Music.
Okay.
With a K.
Everything.
Everything is Kandy K Music.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So you guys heard it here first. Her single is coming out next month. Be sure to keep it locked right here to Vibe 105 for the rest of the afternoon vibe. And make sure to check out Kandy K's music on all streaming platforms. Hello. And here she is right now with her latest single, Plenty.
I got plenty. To my D-boys in the trap, getting to the cash all day. To my fraud boys in the banks, and that's where the cars no play. All my money that be getting to the cash they way. You a real n***, yeah, you a trill nigga, stay strapped all day. Need you to be in the cut, need me a nigga that's strapped with the gloves. Need me a man at the mud, I need me a nigga a dog, yeah. Getting the bread by the buns, we getting the money by me, shit. I ain't got time to get cuffed, sliding the wagon, that's G, yeah. Damn, thought I fell off, but I'm still right here. Damn, thought I fell off, but I'm still right here.